reading from the book The Money and the Law of Attraction, Learning to Attract Wealth, Health, and Happiness by Esther and Jerry Hicks, teaching of Abraham. So, welcome everyone, and what a beautiful week we have. So many things this week, so many beautiful things are coming our way. For Best Life, there's many new things that will come this week for expansion, for newness, and for feel more into the alignment of who you are. So it's always available for all of us, anytime, any moment. So good. So happy beautiful day, each and every one of you. This is magnificent, a magnificent moment to come together for co-create with ourselves and co-create with each other and to expand, as we always do. So good. So good. So I'm gonna continue reading. This is from the page 18. Happy beautiful day, Jen, and to each and one of you who's joined here now. Happy beautiful day. So it's good. So, aligned thoughts are thoughts that feel good. Many people believe that there is more to their beingness than what is represented in their physical reality as the flesh, blood, and bone person they know themselves to be. As people grapple with ways to label this larger part of themselves, they use words such as soul, source, or God. We refer to the larger, older, wiser part of you as your inner being. But the label that you choose to describe this eternal part of you is not important. What is extremely significant is that you understand that the larger you does and will eternally exist and plays a very large part in the experience that you are living here on planet Earth. Happy beautiful day, Scott. So every thought, word, or deed that you offer is played against the backdrop of the broader perspective. Indeed, the reason that in any moment of clearly knowing what you do not want, you empathically then realize what it is that you do want, is because that larger part of you is giving its undivided attention to what you do want. As you make a conscious effort to guide your thoughts day by day, more in the direction of what you do want, you will begin to feel better and better because the vibration that is activated by your improved feeling thought will be a closer match to the vibration of the larger, non-physical part of you. Your desire to think thoughts that feel good will guide you into alignment with the broader perspective of your inner being. In fact, it is not possible for you to really feel good in any moment unless the thoughts you are thinking right now are a vibrational match to the thoughts of your inner being. For example, your inner being focus upon your value. When you identify some flaw in yourself, the negative emotion that you feel is about that vibrational discord or resistance. Your inner being chooses to focus only upon things about which it can feel love. When you are focused upon some aspect of someone or something that you have focused yourself out of vibrational alignment with your inner being. Your inner being focus only upon your success. When you choose to see something you're doing as failure, you are out of alignment with the perspective of your inner being. See my world through the eyes of Source. By choosing better feeling thoughts and by speaking more of what you do want and less of what you do not want, you will gently tune yourself to the vibrational frequency of your broader, wiser inner being. To be in vibrational alignment with that broader perspective while living your own physical life extremely. To be in a vibrational alignment with that broader perspective while living your own physical life experience is truly the best of all worlds, because as you achieve vibrational alignment with that broader perspective, you then see your world from that broader perspective. To see your world through the eyes of Source is truly the most spectacular view of your life. For from that vibrational vantage point, you are in alignment with, and therefore in the process of attracting, only what you could consider to be the very best of your world. Esther, the woman who translates the vibration of Abraham into the spoken or written word, does so by relaxing and deliberately allowing the vibration of her own being to raise until it harmonizes with the non-physical vibration of Abraham. She has been doing this for many years now, and it has become a very natural thing for her to do. She has long understood the advantages of aligning her vibration so that she could effectively translate her knowledge for other physical friends. But she had not really understood another wonderful benefit of that alignment until one beautiful spring morning when she walked down the driveway by herself to open the gate for her mate, who would eventually follow in the automobile. As she stood there waiting, she gazed up into the sky and found it to be more beautiful than it had ever appeared before. It was rich in color, and the contrast of the brilliant blue sky and the striking white clouds was amazing to her. She could hear the sweet songs of birds that were so far away she could not see them, but their beautiful sound made her shiver with excitement as, the, as she heard them. They sounded as if they were right above her head or sitting on her shoulder. And then she became aware of many different delicious fragrances flowing from plants and flowers and earth, moving in the wind and enveloping her. She felt alive and happy and in love with her beautiful world. And she said right out loud, there can never have been in all of the universe a more beautiful moment in time than this right here, right now. And then she said, Abraham, it is you, isn't it? And we smiled a very broad smile through her lips, for she had caught us peeping through her eyes, hearing through her ears, smelling through her nose, feeling through her skin. Good vibration. Indeed, we said, we are enjoying the deliciousness of your physical world through your physical body. Those moments in your life when you feel absolute acceleration are moments of complete alignment with the source within you. Those moments when you feel powerful attraction to an idea or keen interest are also moments of complete alignment. In fact, the better you feel, the more in alignment you are with your source, with who you really are. So in fact, the better you feel, the more in alignment you are with your source, with who you really are. This alignment with your broader perspective will not only allow you faster achievement of the big things that you want in life, like wonderful relationships, satisfying careers, and the resources to do the things you really want to do. But this conscious alignment will enhance every moment of your day. As you tune yourself to be the perspective, as you tune yourself to the perspective of your inner being, your days will be filled with wonderful moments of clarity, satisfaction, and love. That is truly the way you intended to live while here in this wonderful place, this wonderful time, and this wonderful body. I can deliberately choose to feel better. The reason that Esther was able to allow the fuller perspective of Abraham to flow through her, providing her with such a delicious experience, was because she had begun that day by looking for reasons to feel good. She looked for the first thing to feel good about while she was still lying in her bed, and that good feeling thought attracted another, and another, and another, and another, and another, until, by the time she reached the gate, which was approximately 2 hours later, by virtue of her deliberate choice of thoughts, she had brought her vibrational frequency to a level that was close enough to matching that of her inner being, that her inner being was able to easily interact with her. Not only does the thought you are choosing right now attract the next thought and the next, and so on, it also provides the basis of your alignment with your inner being. As you consistently and deliberately think and speak more of what you do and less of what you do not want. As you consistently and deliberately think and speak more of what you do want and less of what you do not want, you will find yourself more often in alignment with the pure, positive essence of your own source. And under those conditions, your life will be extremely pleasing to you. This is so, so good. So, could illness be caused by negative emotion? Esther's experience at the gate was dramatically enhanced by her vibrational alignment with her source, and therefore with absolute well-being. But it is also possible for you to experience the opposite of that enhanced experience if you are out of alignment with source and well-being. In other words, sickness or illness or lack of well-being occurs when you vibrational disallow your alignment with well-being. Whenever you experience negative emotion, fear, doubt, frustration, loneliness, and so on, that feeling of negative emotion was the result of your thinking, a thought that did not vibrate at a frequency that was in harmony with your inner being. Through all of your life experience, physical and non-physical, your inner being, or the total you, has evolved to a place of knowing. And so, whenever you whenever you are consciously focused upon a thought that does not harmonize with that which your inner being has to come to know, the resultant feeling within you will be one of negative emotion. If you were to sit on your foot and cut off the circulation of the flow of blood, or if you were to put a tourniquet around your neck and restrict the flow of oxygen, you will feel immediate evidence of the restriction. And, in like manner, when you think thoughts that are not in harmony with the thoughts of your inner being, the flow of life force or energy that comes into your physical body is stifled or restricted. And the result of that restriction is that you feel negative emotion. When you allow that negative emotion to continue over a long period of time, you often experience deterioration, deteriorations of your physical body, deterioration of your physical body. Remember, every subject is really two subjects: what is wanted or lack of what is wanted. It is like picking up a stick with two ends. One end represents what you do want, the other end represents what you do not want. So, the stick called physical well-being has wellness on one end and illness on the other. However, people do not experience illness only because they are looking at the negative end of their physical well-being stick, but because they have been looking at the "I know what I don't want" end of many, many sticks. When your chronic attention is upon things that you do not want, while the chronic attention of your inner being is upon the things that you do want. Over time, you cause a vibrational separation between you and your inner being, and that is what all illness is: separation caused by your choice of thoughts between you and your inner being. Pivot from pivot from feeling bad to feeling good. So everyone wants to feel good. But most people believe that everything around them needs to be pleasing to them before they can feel good. In fact, most people feel the way they do in any moment in time because of something they are observing. If what they are observing pleases them, they feel good. But if what they are observing does not please them, they feel bad. Most people feel quite powerless about consistently feeling good because they believe that in order to feel good, the conditions around them must change. But they also believe that they do not have the power to change many of the conditions. However, once you understand that every subject really is two subjects, what is wanted, a lack of it, you can learn to see more of the positive aspects of whatever you are giving your attention to. That really is all that the process of pivoting is. Deliberately looking for a more positive way, a better feeling way, to approach whatever you are giving your attention to. When you are facing an unwanted condition and are therefore feeling bad, if you will deliberately say, I know, I know what I do not want. What is it that I do want? The vibration of your being, which is affected by your point of focus, will shift slightly, causing your point of attraction to shift also. This is the way that you begin telling a different story about your life, rather than saying, I never have enough money. You say instead, I'm looking forward to having more money. That is a very different story, a very different vibration, and a very different feeling, which will, in time, bring you a very different result. As you continue to ask yourself from your ever changing vantage point, what is it that I do want? What is it that I do want? Eventually, you will be standing in a very pleasing place, for you cannot continually ask yourself what it is that you do want, and without your point of attraction beginning to shift in that direction. The process will be gradual, but your continued application of the process will yield wonderful results in only a few days. Am I in harmony with my desire? So, the pivoting process is simply whenever you recognize that you are feeling a negative emotion, it is really that you are feeling the lack of harmony with something that you want. The obvious thing for you to do is to stop and say, I'm feeling negative emotion, which means I am not in harmony with something that I want. What do I want? What do I want? Be playful about it too, this question. Be easy. Also when you say asking this question, because alignment feels so good and it's always easy, gentle, and general. So what do I want? It's a great thing. Or in a way that feels best for you. So anytime that you are feeling negative emotion, you are in a very good position to identify with what it is that you are in that moment wanting. Because never are you clearer about what you do want than when you are experiencing what you do not want. And so, stop in that moment and say, something is important here, otherwise I would not be feeling this negative emotion. What is it that I want? What is it that I want? And then simply turn your attention to what you do want. In the moment you turn your attention to what you want, the negative attraction will stop. And in the moment the negative attraction stops, the positive attraction will begin. And in that moment, your feeling will change from not feeling good to feeling good. That is the process of pivoting. You're leaning more into that alignment and feeling better and better and better. So you're leaning more to that energy. Because we don't are here for our word. We don't here for try to fix anything. We don't here for make things happen. We are only leaning to what kind of side do we lean to? Do we lean to the side of the wanting or the lack of the wanting? So you can lean to the side of the wanting. Feels good. And when more you're leaning to that, you're allowing the energy to come through and allowing yourself to feel good and be focused on those things that feels good to you. So good. So good. So moving forward. This is good. So see many people here. Hi Donna. Yes, we are able to turn from negative to positive. Always, Donna. It's so true. We're always having the chance to shift and focus and focus in another direction. So and hi Shanetta. So many people on here. I was just checking out before reading on here. We're having Donna. We're having who else? There is so many people here. So cool. Gassimi, hi Gassimi, and we have Maggie and Mansur and many beautiful people here. Aligned people, so this is good. Coming together for co-create with themselves and with each other and feeling our own alignment. That's so powerful, so easy to feel the words and letting it be and letting it flow and letting it happen. Those things that comes to us and through us energetically and feel good now and better and better and better. The better it feels, better it gets. So good. So what do I want and why? What do I want and why? Perhaps the strongest resistance that people have to beginning to tell a different story about their own life is their belief that they should always speak the truth about where they are, or that they should tell it like it is. But when you understand that the law of attraction is responding to you while you are telling your story of how it is, and therefore is perpetuating more of whatever story you are telling, you may decide that it really is in your best interest to tell a different story, a story that more closely matches what you would now like to live. When you acknowledge what you do not want, and then ask yourself, what is it that I do want? You begin a gradual shift into the telling of your own new story and into a much improved point of attraction. It is always helpful to remember that you get the essence of what you think about, whether you want it or not, because the law of attraction is unerringly consistent. Therefore, you are never only telling the story of how it is now, you are also telling the story of the future experience that you are creating right now. Sometimes people misunderstand what the process of pivoting is, as they incorrectly assume that to pivot means to look at something unwanted and try to convince themselves that it is wanted. They think that we are asking them to look at something that they clearly believe is wrong and to pronounce it right, or that it is a way of kidding themselves into accepting some unwanted thing. But you are never in a position where you can kid yourself into feeling better. But you are never in a position where you can kid yourself into feeling better about something, because the way you feel is the way you feel, and the way you feel is always a result of the thought that you have chosen. It is really a wonderful thing that through the process of living life and noticing the things around you, what you do not want, you are then able to come to clear conclusions about what you do want. And when you care about how you feel, you can easily apply the process of pivoting to direct your attention toward more of the wanted aspects and less of the unwanted aspects of life. And then, as the law of attraction responds to your increasingly improved, better feeling thoughts, you will notice your own life experience transforming to match more of those wanted aspects, while the unwanted aspects gradually fade out of your experience. When you deliberately apply the process of pivoting, which means you are deliberately choosing your own thoughts, which means you are deliberately choosing your vibrational point of attraction, you are also deliberately choosing how your life unfolds. Pivoting is the process of deliberately focusing your attention with the intent of directing your own life experience. I can feel better right now. People often complain that it would be much easier for them to focus on something positive if they were already happening in their life experience. People often complain that it would be much easier for them to focus on something positive if it were already happening in their life experience. They accurately acknowledge that it is much easier to feel good about something when something good is already happening. We certainly do not disagree that it is easier to feel good while noticing things you believe are good. But if you believe that you only have the ability to focus upon what is happening and what is happening is not pleasing, then you could wait an entire lifetime because your attention to unwanted things is preventing wanted things from coming to you. You do not have to wait for a good thing to happen in order to feel good, for you have the ability to direct your thoughts toward improved things no matter what is currently present in your experience. And when you care about how you feel and you are willing to pivot and turn your attention toward better feeling thoughts, you will quickly begin the positive, deliberate transformation of your life. Things that are coming into your experience are coming in response to your vibration. Your vibration is offered because of the thoughts you are thinking. And you can tell by the way you feel what kinds of thoughts you are thinking. Find good feeling thoughts, and good feeling manifestations must follow. Many people say, I it would be so much easier for me to be happy if I were in a different place, if my relationships were better, if my mate were easier to live with, if my physical body didn't hurt, or if my body looked different, if my work has was more fulfilling, if I only had more money, if the condition of my life were better, I would feel better. And then it will be easier for me to be thinking more positive thoughts. Seeing pleasing things does feel good, and it is easier to feel good when a pleasing thing is there, obvious for you to see. But you cannot ask others around you to orchestrate only pleasing things for you to see. Expecting others to provide the perfect environment for you is not a good idea for many reasons. For many reasons. One, it is not their responsibility to feather your nest, to feather your nest, feather your nest. Two, it is not possible for them to control conditions you have created around you. And three, most important of all, you will be giving up your power to create your own experience. Make a decision to look for the best feeling aspects of whatever you must give your attention to, and otherwise, look only for good feeling things to give your attention to, and your life will become one of increasingly good feeling aspects. So, that's it for today. Wow, so much nuggets of gold and so much clarification and so much beautiful vibration comes through. And isn't that nice? Just moving forward, just moving forward, feeling good, aligning ourselves up, leaning to them toward the things that feels good to us. We know that we are having two subjects, only wanted or the lack of the wanted, and we can choose and focus, and are so free to choose to focus whatever we want to lean to. We want to lean to this one or that one, to the unwanted or the wanted. We are so free to choose, and also to know that we always can, when we're feeling better and better and better, everything physically sense different. Everything we observe feels different. We know that when we are in alignment, everything we see feels more appreciated. We can see more clearly those things that surround us. We can see those things that feels good to more. That feel those things we appreciate. We when we hear a sound, we hear the birds. But like the story with Abraham, we should talk about Esther when she felt the birds and the sounds of the birds far, far away. We can hear those things in alignment. We can hear those things and the feeling of our cells, how it responds when we are in alignment, how it increases the alignments from within. We could feel that. And the alignment is coming from the alignment. It's coming from being with tuned into who you really are. And the smell and the taste is much better. And the thoughts you now that's coming to you, it's thoughts that feels good to you. It's good thoughts that feels good to you. And just things are just expanded, and things you experience more the wonderful things that surround you. Now when you're out in nature, you can see clearly how wonderful and beautiful the earth is, and the things that surround you. Whatever condition, say weather, whatever weather, snow, rain, sun, it really doesn't matter. You can see the beauty of all of it, because alignment see the beauty of everything and anything that is here in this, in you, in your energy. It see the most beautiful of all of it. It see, that's why everything is created. That's why everything is here now in front of us. And we are so allowed to feel more of this, whatever we desire, whatever we want to be, do, and have, and feel more and more of it, and experience it more and more. And we know we can tell a different story. We can tell a story of feel good now, tell a new story. Like we said, I know that I'm looking forward to having more money. Looking, you just see, you can change a little bit about your story. You can feel the story. I'm looking forward to more of those things to enjoy that surround me. I'm looking forward, and I feel good right now, and I feeling the love and appreciation of who I am now. I'm looking forward to more classes. I'm looking forward to more expansion. I'm looking forward to more experience, traveling, whatever. I'm looking forward to all of that. I know there is more to come. There's more to experience, and there is so much fun. I'm looking forward to feel my alignment more and more as I'm waking up in the morning, and feeling the ease and flow that allowing it comes to me and through me more and more. And it's so good to know that I feel it more and more. And as I'm telling my story, I feel good now, and better. Better it feels, better it gets, and that's what I experience more and more every day. I can feel this. I'm honest with that feeling. This is good, so good, and I know that I am my creator of my own life experience, and all is so well and all is so good. Nothing's been going wrong from the beginning. From my birth, I know I didn't come for desiring for not coming here to be here in physical form with this non-physical energy. I would not be here if I resist that. And I see, oh, it's so clearly for me now that I didn't resist to come here. I am here. I am now. I am expanding. I am becoming more. I'm moving forward. I know I'm desiring. I'm desiring to come forward into this physical body with this beautiful energy I feel now. And now I'm desiring to feel this non-physical energy, this pure low source energy in all things that I do and have. To feel it through my senses, to feel it from my observation, to feel it, the alignment through everything. And that as I'm seeing it, as I'm sensing, as I'm observing it, as I'm feeling more and more, then it becomes more as I'm deliberate being focused in it. And it's so nice to know that all is well, all is good. I'm so free. I'm so free to choose. I'm so free to focus. And whatever I want, whenever. And it's all good, it's all well, and there is always, I know there is more to come. So love you guys so much. And thank you for being here. Thank you for co-creating with your alignment, and with each other. We co-creating with each other with our alignment, for more alignment and more expansion, that we are all in this together. There's always more feel good now, newness to come. So love you guys so much, and see you tomorrow. Namaste. Good.